Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Pisces for November 2022. Keep in mind it's general, take what you feel resonates for you, and just know that time is fluid. So if you feel like this resonates for a different time, if we're picking up on a situation from the past, or this may also be something that hasn't quite happened yet, so use your discernment, my friends. As well as for all my subscribers, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for being here, and if you're welcome to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along the ride. So before I get into the cards today, I'm just going to take a moment to call in spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides or my spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective to join us. I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages for the most far-reaching, but only for the top shelf, highest good of all of us. Okay, no second-rate messages here today. What I wanted to start out with you today is, first off, I'm being guided to show you this is my son's chunk of pyrite. And what I heard when I went to go get this, getting rid of this, was beware of fool's gold. So for some of you, pyrite's a very, very grounding stone, very, very beautiful in its own, but making sure that what we are being, so if someone's trying to sell us something, right, making sure we're not being sold fool's gold and paying top dollar for it. So if that resonates, take it for what it is, or there may be something coming up in the next month or so, or a couple months, that's a good reminder. So what I have is the Mario Dugue Messages from Life Oracle, and we'll get a little spiritual advice. We got that one flipping, and Spirit says one more for the month of November. Going forward, it's the end of the month too. This is just like more like how to label it, right? Okay, a whole bunch came out here. So what flew out on its own is love appears. For some of you, this right away brings me to this beware fool's gold, okay? You may have new love entering your life, but this is just a reminder that not everyone and not everything is as it seems. So just to keep an eye open and be cautionary. I also heard heed precautionary tales, however that resonates. So love appears says, I do not dwell upon my pain. I stop fighting the things that have hurt me, against the things that have hurt me. I rise up boldly and ask for the understanding that will free me of my duality. Through my desire to stay in the light of my being, God will send his helping angels so that love and peace can find their way to me. What I heard is, as well, for some of you, if you're struggling with anger management, or if you spend some time with someone who's struggling with anger management, this is also going to be really important because especially, okay, what I'm hearing is, especially if it's for you, this is really focusing on finding that love and finding that peace within. And if there are people around you who are struggling with that, this is not internalizing that anger from that person and trying your best to stay out of their fight, to stay out of that stuff, and just stay within your peace. So we have a few things here. I have faith in life, trusting. Sorry about the glare, guys. I also have a candle going over here. Stand tall and strong. All that is. Master of my life. Growing. Letting go. So a few things I feel that it's important. We're going to read Master of my life, and we're going to read Letting Go. They're telling me with stand tall and strong, says, I do not allow myself to be carried away by negative thoughts. I strive to be positive. I face all my challenges with strength and courage. I will not be denied or turned away. I live each moment in joy and peace and leave my future in God's hands. I believe in life because life believes in me. And this is knowing, this is God. You're in God's hands, in the universe, whatever power that be, that you source, not necessarily, what I'm hearing is like a lot of people have God blocks because we're associating it with a specific religion or something like that. And rather than looking at it that way, it's however it resonates for you. So, master of your life, no one else has control here. You're behind the steering wheel. I no longer leave my strength in the hands of my ego. I cease to feed my inferior nature, but make room for the divine presence in me. Thus I become the master of my life anew. I listen to my inner voice and act in accordance with my own truth. I live in abiding humility, grace, and love for the glory of God. And letting go, they're showing also I have faith in life, and they're showing me this bluebird. I think it's a bluebird anyway, but right away it reminded me of my grandmother. About a week, I'd never seen a bluebird in my life. I've seen lots of blue jays, but about a week after my grandmother passed away, I was taking a walk, and I saw a bluebird for the first time in my life, and my grandmother's favorite color was blue. Well, one of them, and that's exactly what I thought. That's what she'd come back as. So it says, I give myself to love life, but love. I live in the here and now without concern for tomorrow, because God is always near me and will always, will never let me fail. Fear attracts darkness, but my faith surrounds me with light and raises me to a higher level of consciousness. I let go, and I have faith that life will always provide the most beneficial for my soul. Just a minute, guys. Okay, I'm back. Oop. So for some of you, because I got very emotional reading that card. This is for some Pisces specifically. I'm emotional again. You have a guardian angel watching over you. I think a lot of you do. Jeepers, this could be a passed on loved one. This could be if your family. This is Grandma. Okay. There's a channeled message coming through here. And it is that she's proud of you. She's got faith in you too. And whatever you're struggling with, she's here beside you. There's never a time she can't hear you. So if you need to say something to her, she's here to listen. Oh my gosh, guys, I heard I think of you always, okay, but I think that this is, because, again, this may not be my grandma if you're not with, you're not family, but if this is someone with, this is somebody who is with us, okay, and somebody who has a lot of strength and had a lot of strength in their lifetime, and they have a very, very strong faith in you. So letting go says, today I will leave my fears in the hands of God and regain my inner peace. I know that God is within me and everywhere around me, and sending me what is most beneficial for my soul. I'm never alone. God sends his angels to help me face each difficulty. I am without fear, because I know the best is yet to come. I heard Archangel Michael. Some of you may want to call on Archangel Michael. Jeepers. But some of you, this is that passed on loved one. They were an angel in your life. And maybe we just didn't recognize it because they were in disguise. But they continue to be with us now. And they continue to guide us through life and guard us and protect us. So, trusting is important, right? Each step of the way, trusting in all that is. I find life and love in all that is. I am aware of the presence of God in all things. Each tiny part of the universe is actually an expression of love. I raised my thoughts beyond the limits of my beliefs and convictions to open myself to the magic, the simplicity, and the beauty of all that is. I marvel at the splendor in which reality is within me. Excuse me, guys. Okay, I'm back. So I apologize. Again, I wanted to, there was parts of this I wanted to stop and just do over. Very emotional. And I think it's important to remember, okay, guys, this is going to be, I'm going to grab the tarot here, but grief will hit us in many different ways. And this isn't necessarily about me, but my grandmother came into this reading. I get emotional, but I think this is where remembering grief, it doesn't follow a linear pattern. We can be completely okay. And I mean, here's an example. That story of seeing the bluebird. Again, I've never seen one since. But I've said that before, and it doesn't make me cry. But there's times where your grief you may be fine, and you may be in acceptance. And there's not acceptance here, but then the next thing you know, you could be right back to square one with your grief, and that's okay. I think it's just remember, again, it's not following a linear line. And again, I hear this, don't fall for fool's gold. And this is whoever is watching over you, whether it's your grandmother, because it could just be that my grandma came to me as well. I'm being guided to share this. My grandmother used to wear angel pins all the time. And there's actually this piece of quartz my grandmother wore almost every day for at least 10 years. And I know she's with me all the time, and I mean, I'm wearing her jewelry. I was strongly called to grab a ring that I got back the other day. But she always wore these guardian angel pins, and she would give them to us. And I strongly believe that one was an earth angel. Alright, let's clear that. Okay, so I just cleared and asked what's the energy we need to know. This is going to get emotional, guys. Again, I apologize because death is in the reverse. She never really left us. She just went home. And, oh. You have the Chariot here. And I think that's Bilbo Baggins. This is the Lord of the Rings tarot. But the thing with this is, okay, the Chariot, the discussion on the Chariot is that, I believe it's Sam, might be Bilbo, but he knew, I think it's Bilbo, he knew that the path to Mordor would not be easy, right? He knew that it would be hard, it would be treacherous, it would be aligned with peril. But he knew it would be worth it. So why did he go? The book, the words in this is because he said he would. I feel like there's a transformation here kind of being blocked. And for some of you, there may be a loss is what I was going to say, a hard time dealing with a loss, but there could have been a loss of someone or something important to us that we're still not over yet. And what I heard is, even though it's hard, we still have to trudge on, we still have to carry on, and we that are the living, those of us here, we still need to move on, move forward. So I want to show you them all, and then I'll get into whatever I'm picking up here. We have the Knight of Swords, and I'm really drawn to the ruins in the background. If any of you know what that is, I've watched Lord of the Rings, but I can tell you I haven't really read the books or anything like that. This is, my son and I were in Walmart with my whole family, but my son found these, and I was like, oh, and my husband loves Lord of the Rings, so this was one of these things that were like, okay, I have a lot of tarot, and I didn't really need to spend the money at the time, so I decided that to justify it, this would be part of his as well. So for any of you that really like Lord of the Rings, if you do recognize that, let me know what it is. So you have here the 5 of Wands in the reverse, the Ace of Swords, the 6 of Swords, the Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the Page of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, what I heard is there is someone trying to communicate to you in your sleep. Pay attention to your dreams. For some of you as well, if this is not how you would like to receive communication, you need to voice that with whatever spirit guides that you have, that this is not helpful, that you don't remember your dreams, or when you wake up, the dreams aren't clear. It could be really that you need to interpret this, but what I feel like is you may need to open up and discuss. This isn't the page, okay? This is somebody who's very determined. There needs to be a discussion, because whatever transformation is being held back right now, whatever movement forward is kind of not being allowed to happen. There's something, and this is action oriented, okay? With the Five of Wands in the reverse, there is something, what I heard is hidden, but this again brings me back to this Fool's Gold. Something's been really difficult. This could be internal struggle as well. With the Ace of Swords, for some of you, what I heard, no, it's not all of you, but this is addiction potentially as well. Because where I feel like it's kind of like, well, being in the reverse, we know that we need to make a change, and it's something we physically need to do. It's not something that we're mentally thinking about anymore, and there's going to be new understandings to this, okay? This is fire energy, and I am going to grab a message from the book on this in reverse, because the book is wonderful and important. However, I heard there's this new idea, or this new sword forged in stone. There's this place where this stone is on fire as well. And there is, I believe it's the Hierophant holding, when in this deck, he's holding the broken stone, or the broken sword. This is almost a place where we're wielding it and fixing it and putting it back together and coming to new understandings on something from the past. I think there is a reluctance to let go here, however, and what I heard with this is guilt. Now, the Eight of Swords usually is like mental entrapment, or, needing really to let go of a thought paradigm or belief system. And I think that with the Page of Cups here in the reverse as well, I think this is for your own. I think that there's been a lot of love being withheld from yourself within the situation. I heard again the guilt for some of you. If this does pertain to a passed on loved one. For some of you, there may be guilt for not seeing them as much as you would have liked before they passed, or having different priorities, and they're okay with that, is what I heard. You cannot hold this against yourself. You cannot internalize this guilt and allow it to trap you in this mental entrapment and stop you from going forward. So I'm going to grab the book and see what messages we have here. So right back, it's Samwise with the Chariot. That's exactly where I came to. So we're going to the Five of Wands for the reverse. So, the Five of Wands. I'm going to hold the card up for you, okay? It's time to release a burden you've been carrying. Maybe you've been avoiding confrontation, or perhaps you've remained silent when it's time to speak your mind. The reverse of the Five of Wands encourages you to explore your reasons why, which makes a whole lot of sense here. Excuse me. I also needed to bring the Warrior Cup, okay? Ultimate Warrior. Whatever this is, whatever you've been holding inside, when you explore the reasons why we're not speaking our truth, this frees that space up to actually speak it and to move on. Again, I'm picking up on some of you. This is like, if the passed on loved one has resonated, this is knowing that you can talk to them. You can talk to them now. Even in death, they never left. Okay? So, I want to grab the Page of Cups as well for the reverse. And I'm going to pause you again, guys, to blow my nose. Okay, I'm back, guys. So the Page of Cups in the reverse says, no one begins any pursuit as an expert. And right now, you're in danger of allowing your fear of failure to prevent you from trying. Not only can this leave you feeling self-conscious, but it limits your potential for growth. Embrace your inexperience and allow yourself to learn. What I heard is it is not over, it is not done yet. Whatever this is, whatever you've got to get off your chest or you feel you need to say or to move forward, what I heard is this could be thought loops. This could be, again, this guilt turning into thought loops and things that you wish you had said. This could be if this person that you need to talk to, if they're no longer with us, again, they can hear you in heaven or they can hear you here, because for many of you, like I said, they are your guardian angel. They were an angel here. I'm going to get a message. This is the Keeper of the Light Oracle. The Keepers of the Light. Let's see what Ascended Masters are here and what advice we have. I'm going to take the bottom as well, which was Odin, which has been coming up a lot in this month's readings for the signs. Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is and follow your intuition. You got Ancestor Spirit with White Eagle. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And for some of you, that's what this is. This internal struggle that you're like, I don't know why I'm not wanting to deal with it. Because again, it is something to do with family lineage or patterns, or this could be the way that we're raised. There's a lot of mental stuff here. For some of you, what I heard is like hurtful words people have said or things like that, or just what I heard is, again, I'm going to say it because what I heard, people, epithets or little put downs that people may have said, as well, that what I heard is makes you feel like you're dying inside just a little bit every time. The words I heard too for advice on here is tell them to fuck off. Essentially, if someone wants to keep making little put downs, now that's not always the best plan of action here, but you don't need to listen to that. And if it is something that other people are saying that is damaging your self-worth, your worth is not dependent on whatever these people say about you or think. It is not worth it. Like, your worth isn't worth measured by their ideas of value either. So we have here the sacred self, the divine feminine, the Shekinah. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Many of you are very in tune with your intuition. Many of you are very psychic. And what I heard is, especially if you are new to this, if you are very open as well, for some of you, what I heard is you may have a lot of encounters with spirits. I heard ghosts, but spirits. Not just this particular family member that I keep picking up on, okay? Like I said, for me, it's my grandma. For some of you, it could be your grandma or someone else if this resonated and you're not my family. But if you're my family, grandma's watching over you. And she's asking you, or whoever this is, this spirit guide that's coming through strongly, is asking you to stand in one with your divinity, connect with your intuition, because what I heard is a lot of people think like it's more of a woman thing or a womanly thing to connect with your intuition and talk to spirits, because maybe that doesn't exist, or that goes against this idea of masculinity. Yeah, that's an idea of toxic masculinity, where we're going to put gender labels on things. No. So connect to your family lineage. This could even be in the living now. What I heard is father healing. And this is also to remember the power you have within peace and on your crown. And then again, they're showing me with death in the reverse and Samwise going, you know what? It won't be easy. No. For some of you, this is needing to quit something. Okay? I'll give you me. I have been trying like coffee. I'm not trying really hard. I need to quit coffee. But it is so delicious. And this is one of these things where whatever it is that we're doing, and potentially for some of you, what I heard is like use the idea of if we watch My 600-Pound Life or something like that, like eating ourselves to death, because it could happen, right? If we continue beyond a point where our health has become compromised and we continue to do something that we know is not really good for us, we could potentially have some harm. And I do think that it's really important here. What I heard is to avoid also get rich quick schemes, which comes down again to that beware of fool's gold. So to end this message, I am going to use the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. And my question is going to be how we can help quit and move past whatever this energy is with this death in the reverse. So Spirit says, make a meal, right? Feeding yourself, taking care of yourself, eating foods that make you feel good. And I did say beware of eating ourselves to death, right? So this is also making sure that we're doing it within moderation. We're eating food that is good for us. What I heard is beware of salt content as well of a lot of the foods. And to avoid like marketing schemes where you're getting packaged food that's labeled as healthy, because check out that sodium, check out the sugar, especially in things like yogurts and stuff like that, or like things where, you know, they say they're healthy, but then you look and there's like 16 grams of sugar, excuse me, and like 9 grams of protein. Well, how is that healthy? That's less protein than sugar. You're just going to spike, and it's not actually as good for you. Excuse me. And we also have Look to the Stars, which I think is very interesting. We got a 31 and a 32. Excuse me. I'm also drawn to the phases of the moon. And what I heard is, by the next phase, the next new moon, the next cycle, you'd better be well on your way, or hopefully you're on your way to kind of resolving whatever this issue is and coming to a new understanding, okay? So make sure to cook yourself food. What I heard is as well as this is could be avoid the fast food, right? Make sure you're going home, you're going to the grocery store, you're using garden stuff, you're making food that you know came from a reliable source, it's good for you, it's nourishing your body. As well as I'm hearing like things like oranges, if you're trying to quit smoking and things like that, oranges can actually help like reduce those cravings and keep your vitamin C up if you're feeling sick as well. So a lot of people be like, well, drink the orange juice. But this is where, again, it comes down to reading those labels and thinking about the fact that if you drink the orange juice, you're just getting a bunch of concentrated, sure, vitamin C and sugar. If you eat the orange, you're getting the vitamin C, you're getting sugar, but you're also getting the fiber that's going to take time to digest and help you poop. So that's the message I have. I really hope it resonates. The bottom of the deck here is sync with the moon. Again, this comes down with the moon. Pisces as well, you guys. I feel like the moon is very, like, you're going to be pulled by the moon a lot. I know Cancer is ruled by the moon, but Pisces, you guys are water, and the moon can move tides. For some of you as well, what I heard is around the full moon, you may be a little extra emotional, or there may be a lot of sensory issues, so just be aware of that. So you may even, with this Look to the Stars, what I heard is some of you may want to check out your horoscope, you may want to watch more readings, but this may also be that, you know what, just figure out when the next new moon is. I think we may have just come into one in Sagittarius, but I'm not exactly sure. And figuring out, you know, how do I use this moon cycles to actually go after what I want? Tuning to the moon. For some of you, if you are feminine, you may end up, what I heard is also syncing with the moon in terms of your cycle and stuff like that. So that's the message I have. I know it was pretty emotional. I definitely feel like one of your spirit guides is here. I know that one of my spirit guides is here. And like I said, she could just be here as well, because she's going to help me through this with you guys. And again, she could be one of your family as well. So, I'm going to let you go. Just remember, again, what I keep hearing is beware of fool's gold, my friends. Know what you're getting into. That's a message I have. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you all. Great big hugs, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.